So as far as total weight, that's about... Alright guys, so now let's address the front end. I am using a modified LS4 manifold. It's trimmed down quite a bit, modified quite a bit, and it's almost actually unrecognizable with the exception of course the way this thing routes. Now before we get started, the bad news is I am out of aluminum piping. This is like literally the last piece that I have. I could of course buy more piping, but the amount of money I've already spent changing the radiator setup, I'm tapped out. So we're gonna have to make do of what we have. Alright guys, so both pieces are trimmed. If you guys look at this small piece right here, I did cut it on both sides. That's because one, I want to be able to modify how this thing flows. Right now, I'm not sure how this is going to go through in the camera, but right now, as coolant comes from the engine, goes this way. Majority of it is going to get routed through the heater core, which I don't really want. I want majority of it to get routed through the radiator. So that's why I'm trimming this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add like another aluminum block like that. So I would limit the flow to the heater core. That's one. The second part is because when I weld it here, I also want to be able to see if I actually line everything up, and then I want to smooth out that area. That way it's flowing nicely. Alright guys, so I am done with this thing finally. Everything is ready. Painted it even a little bit there as you guys can see. So first things first, let's go ahead and get the weight on this thing. Well guys, as far as weight, that looks like 6.8 pounds. So that's not too bad. I do want to talk about these two ports right here. This one's gonna go to the steam port on the LS, and this one actually goes down here. And there's a reasoning for that. The first one, this one goes to the heater core, so I want it to be after that. So I didn't want it to be like right here where there's a chance where the air bubble goes into the heater core. Because yeah, that's not great. Now if you guys look, this is also put in at an angle. And let's see if I can show this on the camera. Yeah, this is gonna be hard to show, but it's that piece right there. The thing you gotta remember with this setup is it's a push setup, meaning that everything comes from a radiator, gets pushed by the electric water pump. It's not a pull setup where I could put the pump after that and then pulls everything through. What that means is it's all positive pressure once it leaves the radiator. Now the reason why that's angled is I want to be able to take advantage of the fluid flow that flows through here, and I want to basically like siphon it out. So this one's going to be coming from the engine, and watch this side right here. So the way this is going to work guys is with the steam port connected here, right? Because this thing acts as like a vacuum, it will always pull that air down and get it to the radiator, versus something like pointed or pointed up where it could potentially create a pressure. That would be bad, because then you have positive pressure going in and then positive pressure going on both sides, which means it's not going anywhere. So one of them has to be vacuum, and this is it. Alright, so that is it for this episode guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.